I think we can all relate to this feeling of always having a lot on our plate, right? Like, especially if you're running multiple businesses, which a lot of you are. I mean, it can feel overwhelming trying to manage everything and stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
So what if I told you that one of the keys to success could be saying no?
Saying no.
Yeah, we're diving into this blog post today by Zuzana. She's amazing, helps multi-business owners like you thrive.
Oh, cool.
And her blog post is called Why Saying No is the Only Skill You Need to Lead Multiple Companies.
That's an interesting title.
It really is, because it challenges that whole always say yes hustle mentality that we see so much in the business world.
Yeah, that always say yes mentality can be so tempting though, right? Like when you're building something new, you feel like you have to grab every opportunity that comes your way.
I totally get that.
But Zuzana, she makes this really compelling argument that saying yes, too often it can actually be detrimental to your businesses.
Okay, so how
Just-
so detrimental that it could be like business suicide? She actually uses that phrase in her post.
Yeah, business suicide, it sounds extreme, but when you think about it, your time and energy are your most valuable assets.
Right, sure.
And every time you say yes to something, you're making a commitment, you're investing those resources.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful and you're constantly saying yes without thinking about the long term, you end up spreading yourself way too thin.
And then what happens?
Burnout, you lose sight of your goals, and ultimately it can hurt your bottom line.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened to Zuzana. She actually opens up her blog post with a personal story about how she almost experienced this, like, business suicide herself.
Oh, wow.
She was saying yes to every project, every client that came her way,
I've been there.
and she ended up facing burnout and even financial loss because of it.
It's a good reminder that this isn't just some theory. You know, there are real consequences to overcommitting.
Absolutely, and it's so common among entrepreneurs. I think there's this pressure to always be hustling, to be available 24/7, and never miss an opportunity.
Right, it's like FOMO, fear of missing out.
Exactly, and that makes it so hard to set boundaries and prioritize your well-being.
It's like saying no has become this like taboo thing in the entrepreneurial world.
Yeah, it's almost like it's seen as a weakness or something.
Yeah, but Zuzana, she argues that it's actually a sign of strength.
I love that.
It's about taking control and making conscious choices about where you invest your energy.
It's about having that self-awareness to recognize what truly serves you in your business.
Absolutely. And she actually introduces this framework in her blog post that she calls the no strategy.
Okay, the no strategy. Tell me more.
It boils down to 4 simple but powerful rules.
Okay, I'm ready to lay them on me.
All right, so rule number 1, if it's not making you money, say no.
Okay, makes sense?
So many entrepreneurs, we get caught up in busy work that doesn't actually contribute to our financial goals, right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
This rule forces you to think, is it really worth my time from a monetary perspective?
So it's about aligning your efforts with your income goals.
Exactly.
All right, what's rule number 2?
Rule number 2 is if something drains your energy, say no.
Energy management, huge.
Right. We often underestimate the impact of those energy-draining tasks and how they affect our overall productivity and well-being.
As a multi-business owner, think about it. You're constantly bombarded with demands on your time and attention.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, you can just become completely depleted.
You got to recognize your energy patterns and set those boundaries to protect yourself from burning out.
This is so important for you listening. Like, if you're constantly feeling drained, it might be time to start saying no to those energy vampires.
100%. What about the last 2 rules? You ready for those?
Hit me with them.
All right. Rule number 3, if it forces you to be reactive instead of proactive, say no.
Stay in control.
Right. When you're constantly reacting to other people's demands, you lose the ability to focus on your own goals and initiatives.
So are you always putting out fires, always on the back foot?
Yeah, then maybe it's time to reclaim that proactive power by saying no.
Okay, I like it. What's the final rule?
Rule number 4, if you need to justify it, say no.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's all about trusting your gut and not feeling like you have to explain your decisions to everyone.
It's about knowing your worth and setting those clear boundaries.
Right, and not feeling guilty about protecting your time and energy.
I love how she doesn't stop at just outlining these rules. She actually takes it a step further and says, you don't even need to explain your no at all.
I know, that's the hard part, right?
It is, but it can be so freeing.
It goes against everything we've been taught, right? We feel like we always need to have a reason or an apology ready when we say no.
But Zuzana, she argues that a simple no is enough.
It's about those clear boundaries and recognizing that you have the right to protect your time and energy without over-explaining yourself.
And I imagine that can feel uncomfortable at first. especially if you're used to people-pleasing.
Oh,
But ultimately, it's incredibly empowering. And you know what's interesting? A lot of entrepreneurs, especially those juggling multiple businesses, they might worry that saying no too often could like damage relationships or make them seem uncooperative.
right, make them seem difficult.
But Zuzana actually argues the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she says strategically saying no
Mm-hmm.
can actually boost your authority and make you seem even more valuable.
Huh, that's interesting. How does that work?
What ties into this psychological principle called the scarcity principle?
Scarcity.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah. Basically, like we value things more when they're rare or hard to get.
Exactly.
Uh,
So when you're selective about what you commit to, your time and expertise, they become more scarce,
and therefore more desirable.
right? It's like that saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
I like that applied to business.
Totally. So by not being available for every request,
You create that mystique,
you become the sought-after expert,
the one to go to.
the leader.
It's a good strategy.
It is. So I know our listeners are probably like, okay, how do I actually put this into practice?
Right. Give us the tools.
Well, Zuzana provides this awesome tool in her blog post called The Business Owner's No Checklist.
I love a good checklist.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's a series of questions to help you decide when to say yes and when to say no.
Sounds helpful.
It is.
Okay.
So let's walk through it. The first question is this moving my business forward or is it just busy work?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because it's so easy to get caught up in those tasks that feel productive, but don't actually contribute to your goals.
Right. So are you actually moving the needle or are you just spinning your wheels?
Love that analogy.
Okay, question number 2. Would I still say yes if there was no guilt, no social pressure, and no shoulds?
That's a powerful one because so often we feel obligated to say yes because we don't want to disappoint people or let them down.
Right. It's about tuning into your authentic desires and priorities, not just doing things because you feel like you should.
Yeah, it's about what you truly want to be doing.
Okay, question 3. Who actually benefits from this, me or someone else?
Ooh, getting real now.
Right. Are you prioritizing other people's needs over your own?
Especially as multi-business owners, right? The demands on your time are coming from all directions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. If I say no, what's the worst that will happen?
I think we tend to overestimate the negative consequences of saying no.
Oh yeah, big time. We imagine all these disastrous outcomes.
But in reality, it's rarely that bad.
And sometimes that no can open up space for even better opportunities.
Opportunity cost.
Okay, and the final question on the checklist. If I knew my time was worth $10,000 an hour, would I still say yes?
Whoa, that puts things into perspective.
Right, it makes you really evaluate the value of your time.
Are you trading your time for something truly valuable?
Exactly, so that no becomes less about rejecting opportunities and more about choosing where to invest your most precious asset.
Which is your time.
It's like suddenly you see your calendar in a whole new light.
You start to see those empty spaces as opportunities.
Right, it's not about being busy, it's about being strategic.
And it's about creating space for the things that really matter.
The things that light you up.
Exactly. The projects that excite you, the relationships that fuel you.
It's not just about saying no, it's about saying yes to those things.
To the things that are aligned with your vision.
And as we've seen, saying no, it can actually enhance your authority.
It can make you more sought after.
Because you're not just saying yes to everything, you're being selective.
You're choosing to invest your time and energy in the things that are truly valuable.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the power of no,
Powerful stuff.
it really boils down to recognizing that no, it's not a negative word.
It's not about shutting doors.
It's about opening the right ones.
And stepping boldly into the future you're creating for yourself.
For your businesses.
For life.
So here's a final thought for you to consider as you navigate this crazy world of entrepreneurship.
What's one thing you can say no to today?
This is one thing.
That would free up space for something more aligned with your goals.
Maybe it's that meeting that could have been an email.
Or that project that's been dragging you down.
It could even be something as simple as saying no to constantly checking your phone
Create that space.
and see what amazing opportunities emerge.
Because when you have the power to say no, you have the power to create anything you desire.
We encourage you to check out Zuzana's blog post for yourself
The link is in the show notes.
and start experimenting with this power of no in your own entrepreneurial journey.
You might be surprised at how much it can transform your business and your life.
Until next time, keep saying no to the things that don't matter.
And yes, to the things that do.